What's good, Bears fans? What's going on today? Welcome back to BearsMediaCo. Listen, Bears fans, we got a lot to talk about over the next few weeks because, as you know, our Bears are done for the year. And with that, our front office had a press meeting last week. And listen, Kevin Warren, Ryan Poles, and Matt Eberflus laid out some situations and plans for our Bears coming in the future. Now, some of it we all might not like, a lot of it we could like, and some of it we should like. So let's get into it, but before we get going, Reggie B, go ahead, hit the link.
Hello, fellow Bears superfans. While we wait for success on the field, we can show our pride off the field with official Chicago Bears gear from Fanatics. Fanatics has everything to reflect your passion. Jerseys, hats, shirts, collectibles, and more. Rep your Bears fandom in style on supporting us here at BearsMediaCo. Show your Bear spirit by clicking our affiliate link in the description or on our website and buying something nice at fanatics.com today.
Bears fans, last week, the front office held a big-time conference where they laid out some things that not all of us are happy with, and some of it we are happy with. Things started off with Ryan Poles speaking on what he saw from the 2023 Chicago Bears. And for the most part, he said he liked what he saw. He loved the additions of Montez Sweat, of course, why wouldn't he? And he liked the way the defense continued to play hard even through the injuries, even through some of the tough times that they were going through. But all in all, he said the defense was right where it wanted to be. He wanted to be, and that it will and can get better. He said that the free agency and the draft will be something that he said in the past that he will be using to improve this team. And he said the defense is maybe 2 players away from being a Super Bowl winning defense. Now, I know some of you will say, well, I didn't hear that, but I did. Now, if you heard him when he said that the addition of Montez Sweat was what we needed at the time, and he said moving forward that he will be looking to draft a defensive end as well as looking into free agency for another defensive end. Now, not all great players are in free agency, and not all great players are in the draft, but you can definitely get good players in both. And that is something that I believe Ryan Poles does exceptionally well. Now, there's a lot that can be said about, some of the free agents that he's brought in, especially on the offensive side of the ball, namely Chase Claypool. Now, we can also look at Velus Jones in the draft and saying, hey, those are clear misses by our GM. And I would go along with it. But look, Bears fans, one thing Ryan Poles has done, he has definitely brought in more good than he has bad. And when he's had bad, he's definitely moved on, especially with Chase Claypool. Now, granted, Velus Jones is still here. Can't say nothing about that. One thing we all can say is Luke Getsy is no longer here. Now, can we say that the offense will be better next year? Because remember, our defensive coordinator left the team early in the season, as well as Matt Eberflus taking over, and then hiring a defensive analyst in Phil Snow partway through the season. So look, I'll say this, Bears fans, it has been a very irregular football season, even in Chicago Bears terms, So things look rough, finish not the way we wanted it, but we can't say on the defensive side, our Chicago Bears definitely did well. Now, adding a few more playmakers on that side can definitely get us to a top 5 defense. I think it's possible, especially if we can continue to add quality players and, of course, re-sign Jalen Johnson, in which in the press conference that he had, he said that Jalen is going nowhere. And that's something that we all can get behind. Can't we, Bears fans? Absolutely we can. Now, Bears fans, when Matt Eberflus had this opportunity to get on the mic, he said that he loved the team. He loved how the players bought in to what he was saying, and he loved the camaraderie that they had in that locker room. And he said these guys play for each other, which is something that you want. Now, we've all said that, and I know I probably said it too, I don't know how Matt Eberflus is keeping that team together based off what the team has gone through. But those players on that team, especially on the defensive side, have spoke glowingly about their head coach / defensive coordinator. Now, going forward, we're definitely going to need a defensive coordinator that can continue to bring the best out of our defense. And of course, Ryan Poles said we are looking for a defensive coordinator as well as an offensive coordinator. Now, some of the names for the offensive coordinator that have been brought out: Clint Kubiak, Shane Waldron, Greg Olsen, not the tight end, and Liam Colson, I believe his name is, currently the offensive coordinator at the University of Kentucky. But I got to say, we're definitely keeping the scheme as far as like a, West Coast offense. And I do believe that whoever they bring in, hopefully, and my vote, is for Shane Waldron. Because why? He is an offensive coordinator currently. And what he has done with Geno Smith over there, absolutely astounding. He is taking a guy who really was on his last leg before he arrived in Seattle, and he turned him into a very solid quarterback, and that same quarterback got an extension worthy of his actions. So Bears fans, believe me, that Waldron guy, that's my guy. Now, granted, Clint Kubiak, whose father, Gary Kubiak, was right there at the beginning of this West Coast offense, but he is an offensive quality control guy. Not calling any plays, not sure how much he's involved in the bringing up of plays and things like that, but hey, Shane Waldron, we don't have to worry about all that. He knows. He already knows. And it's not like when we brought Luke Getsy in, where we just didn't know. We as fans didn't know nothing about him. He definitely didn't know how to call plays, as we've seen. But with Shane Waldron, if we are able to get him on the offensive side of the ball, I do believe the steps that the defense did last year, the offense will definitely make a big leap in 2024. Now, Bears fans, one thing I can say from that press conference that kind of set me back, that there was no contact with Jim Harbaugh. Now, Jim Harbaugh just won the national championship at the University of Michigan. Go Blue. Got to say it. Don't like him, but it's okay. But listen, that coach, Jim Harbaugh, is a winner wherever he goes. Why Ryan Poles didn't contact him, I do not know. Granted, I know him and Flus are connected at the hip, but an upgrade at the head coach, Bears fans, I would say that maybe that was a pretty big mistake on Ryan Poles' week. Why would you not want that guy? Now, the rumor has been that Harbaugh would want personnel control and things like that. Partial GM control, basically. And I get it. I mean, he's done it before. He's definitely a great quality coach, a great teacher at the QB position. I mean, he did play QB for the Chicago Bears, but we won't look at that. Well, let me tell you something, Bears fans. To not even call the guy to see if he would be interested, kind of a head scratcher to me. So let me know down below, Bears fans. What do you think? Do you think Ryan Poles, our GM, made a mistake by not contacting him? I would say yes. At this point right now, yes, definitely. Now, Bears fans, one thing, or two things I should say, that Matt Eberflus said that stood out to me. The first thing he said, he supports Justin Fields wholeheartedly. Now that is something that is very telling for our future of this franchise. Justin Fields, who you should all know, that's my guy. So I was happy to hear it. I gotta say it. I was very happy to hear the vote of confidence for Justin Fields. Now that doesn't mean that Justin Fields will be here at the start of the 2024 season. It does not mean that. Things change all the time. We just have to be prepared for it the best that we can. Now, the second thing, and this was very important in my eyes, Matt Eberflus said the next offensive coordinator has to have a killer instinct. Now, when I heard that, Bears fans, I got to tell you something. My ears pointed all the way up. Matt Eberflus saying that the next OC has to learn how to what? Not take the foot off the gas. That is big, Bears fans. That is big. How many games did we see this year where we can score points in the first half, and then in the second half, it looks like we are already done with the game? I mean, the Denver game was one of those games. The Detroit game, the first one, very similar. So, and then I gotta say this, coming from the head coach who called defensive plays against the Packers in the last game, who played more zone, which was basically a conservative game plan. You can't make this stuff up, Bears fans. But we shall see, right? But I agree with him on that one. We need to score points and continue to score points until the opposing team pulls that starting quarterback and says, all right, we've had enough. And until the Bears learn that, we're going to be in battles all the way through. So I tip my hat to Matt Eberflus on that one, because it's definitely something that is needed, in my opinion. Now, Bears fans, the last person, Kevin Warren, the team president, he has something to say right from the get-go, and I commend him. He is a very great speaker, and let me tell you something, Bears fans. I thought I was listening to a Chicago politician talking that one, because he was laying it all out openly, and a lot of it you just knew. He's saying, don't ask stupid questions, because you're not going to get an answer to our press corps, right? I mean, it was something else. I mean, he laid out a masterclass of answering a question answering a question by not answering a question. Completely going around it and coming all the way back around and saying, did you get it? It was something else, Bears fans. But Kevin Warren, he said a few things that I hope all Bears fans listen to. One, he said he really enjoyed the rookies playing. And as you know, since Matt Eberflus has been there, we have played a lot of rookies, especially on defense and starting positions, let me say that. So if Kevin Warren says that he likes it, I gotta love it. Of course, we all do. We know that we're building something for the long term, and using rookies to get there helps us all out on that team. Now, Kevin Warren also said he loves everyone that he has come in contact with in that building, especially, the players. He said that is how you build long-term success. Now, I don't know how it's going to look with 20 plus players as free agents. We've got a lot of work to do, Bears fans, believe me. But Kevin Warren also said that, hey, he believes we are on the right path to building long-term success. And he said starting in 2024, winning the North is the goal. I love that. He has set the goal for next year at a minimum, winning the division. You can't ask for much more than that. Well, I guess we can ask for a lot more, but when the president says, hey, we're winning the division next year, that puts the onus on the GM and the head coach to say, hey, you will do a better job next year, or there will be some major disappointments, not only for him, but for us Bears fans. Bears fans, it's been 5 years since we last won the division? That's got to stop. Definitely has to stop. We have to get back to the top of that as soon as next year. And I wholeheartedly agree, because that's the first step of making the playoffs. You have to win the division. And so with Kevin Warren saying that, hey, I'm behind it 100. Also, Bears fans, Kevin Warren said while working on this stadium project, he has said that since he lives downtown, that he really prefers having a stadium downtown because of everything that is around the stadium. And anybody that knows economics, if you have a sports team, that sports team drives economic activities around it. And being downtown, as he said, on that beautiful lakefront, there's nothing like it. Seeing that Chicago skyline, ain't nothing like it anywhere. I agree. I've been to the stadium. I know what it's like. I know what that Chicago skyline looks like. Absolutely gorgeous, especially in the summer. Now in the wintertime, that's a whole other story. And we can talk about that later. But I tell you, Bears fans, Kevin Warren is on a mission to not only get us the best, I shouldn't even say us, to get the Chicago Bears the best stadium in the league. I do believe he will get us a fantastic stadium, and even he said it, something built for the fans. Getting the fans into the stadium is the first step of any team making money. Let's just say it how it is. You got to make that money. They're already getting TV contracts, and if they can get concessions, trust me, they will be happy about that. Believe me. And the fans, if you can create a good experience for them, trust me, Bears fans, we could be rocking a new stadium for us, by them. And it's always a blessing and a benefit for any downtown area. So let me know down in the comments, Bears fans, what do you think? New stadium, downtown, or suburbs? Go ahead and hit me up and let me know what you think. Also, let me know what you think about the press conference that they had. What do you think about what Warren said? What do you think about what Poles said? Even Eberflus, what do you think about it? Let me know down in the comments, and let's get a conversation going, because guess what, Bears fans? We have a lot to talk about. So with that, I'm going to get up out of here. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.